Welcome to Restoring Memory, a COVID Calls exploration of the first two COVID years. My name is Scott Gabriel Knowles. I'm a historian of disasters, and since March 16th, 2020, I've been the host of COVID Calls, a daily discussion of the pandemic with a diverse collection of disaster experts. This is part two, a performance by John Gorka. From the start of the pandemic, we have witnessed the cruelty of this disease, but also the empathy and generosity of caregivers, family members, clergy, healthcare workers, other essential workers, and artists. One of the ways I cope with stress and anxiety is through music. I know I'm not alone in that. I play guitar badly, dance poorly, but I listen to music enthusiastically. This pandemic has been rough on the community of musicians. Adam Schlesinger, Ellis Marsalis Jr., John Pizzarelli, Charlie Pride, Trini Lopez, just to name a few, have died. It really hurt when we found out that John Prine had died of COVID on April 7th, 2020. I grew up in Texas at a time when the singer-songwriter was, at least among my friends, a sort of a creative giant, someone who put the lyrics out front, sparse instrumentation, and told stories. Among them, John Prine was special. He had the talent of telling stories from perspectives of both men and women, old and young. He inhabited their realities, rendered their hopes and pains. To be honest, there have been a lot of times when Prine's lyrics have really helped me out, helped me see things I had missed. And even in these dark days of the pandemic, that has been true. There are a few perfect songs out there, and I think Prine's Angel from Montgomery is one of them. Just want to read one lyric. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. That lyric isn't about the pandemic, but then again, maybe it is. As my friend Russ Farr said when Prine died, Prine had an antenna to the universe. Thank you, John Prine. Thankfully, we also have many singer-songwriters still with us, actively writing and performing, helping us mortals cope, even throughout the pandemic, with the challenges of empty concert halls and Zoom socializing. Among them, John Gorka, like Prine, has helped. And I know he's helped me and countless others with his songs of empathy, of humor, and wit, and sometimes outright optimism. It's the songs of empathy I've been leaning on a lot lately. 2021, I saw that John Gorka was performing a virtual concert, so I bought tickets, set up a video projector in the living room, and watched with my wife and my two boys. And we corresponded also with a couple of friends who watched from their homes as well, and we texted about the performance back and forth while it was going on. It's such a unique experience of seeing a concert. It was a moment of light in a dark time. So when it came time to put together Restoring Memory, a COVID Calls exploration, I took a chance and I reached out. And so, well, he's here.
Hello.
Hi, John. Let me just very briefly introduce John Gorka from New Jersey. He's a world-renowned singer-songwriter who got his start at a neighborhood coffee house in eastern Pennsylvania. He was involved in Jack Hardy's legendary Fast Folk Circle, which was a breeding ground for many major singer-songwriters. And he won the New Folk Award at the Texas Crowville Folk Festival in 1984. In addition to 11 critically acclaimed albums, he's released a collector's edition box featuring high-definition DVD and CD called The Gypsy Life. Wyndham Hill has also released a collection of his greatest hits called Pure John Gorka. In 2010, he also released an album with his friends and Red House label mates Lucy Kaplansky and Eliza Gilkison under the name Red Horse. And his songs have been performed by many other singers and songwriters like Mary Chapin Carpenter, Nancy Griffith, Mary Black, Maura O'Connell. He's played venues all over the US and Europe and at really sacred places for someone like me, like Mountain Stage and Austin City Limits. It's a real thrill to bring John Gorka to COVID Calls.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's really great to be with you. I'm going to start off with a Nancy Griffith song called Working in Corners. Well, it's a southern road west of New Orleans, and I'm fighting off a cold from these winter rounds. Houston is just around the corner. I think I'll stop off in Lafayette, Lord, and have me another round, 'cause I've been working in corners all alone at night, and pulling down whiskey, keeping my eyes away from the light. I've never been a fool, but I won't gamble foolishly, and I never let go of love till I lost it in my dreams. I don't wanna go to sleep, 'cause I just might dream. Well, I'm stronger now. There was a girl in my hometown. Lord, she sang so pretty, she turned my head around, but I've forgotten how to play a one-night stand. No, I didn't have a word to say, just holding the stranger's hand, 'cause I've been working in corners all alone at night, and pulling down whiskey, keeping my eyes away from the light. I've never been a fool, but I will gamble foolishly, and I never let go of love till I lost it in my dreams. I don't wanna go to sleep, 'cause I just might dream. These city streets at 5 in the morning, I would've stopped to phone you, but I'm almost home. At my back door, there's a porch light that's shining, and I don't mind living here by myself if I leave it on, 'cause I've been working in corners all alone at night, and pulling down whiskey, keeping my eyes away from the light. I've never been a fool, I will gamble foolishly, and I never let go of love till I lost it in my dreams. I don't wanna go to sleep, 'cause I just might dream. Yes, I sure can dream. Yes, I sure can dream. That's Working in Corners by Nancy Griffith. I've been starting off all my sets since she left us last August, in a month that had a very blue moon, and she was one of those people who helped me more than just about anybody else. There's quite a few: Mary Chapin Carpenter, Claudia Schmidt, all the people I met at Godfrey Daniels Coffee House in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They were my inspirations, and so I've been starting off with that one. That's for you, Nancy. And I will do the song that I generally do as a kind of an introductory song. Scott mentioned that I am from New Jersey, and I have a song called I Am From New Jersey, so I will sing that for you now. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. I'm from New Jersey. No, I don't talk that way. I watched too much TV when I was young. I'm from New Jersey. My mom's Italian. I've read those mafia books. We don't belong. There were girls from New Jersey who had that great big hair. Once found in shopping malls, I will take you there. I'm from New Jersey. It's not like Texas. No, there is no mystery. I can't pretend. I'm from New Jersey. It's like Ohio, but even more so. Imagine that. I know which exit and where I'm bound. The tolls on the parkway, they will slow you down. New Jersey people, they will surprise you, 'cause they're not expected to do too much. They will try harder, they may go further, 'cause they never think that they are good enough. I'm from New Jersey. I don't expect too much. If the world ended today, I would adjust. Yes, I would adjust. I would adjust. That's I'm from New Jersey. Okay, now I will sing a song that's I've done a bunch of records, and this is a song that was often requested. And it's on from my first record. It was called "I Know," which came out on Red House Records in the late 1900s, 1987 to be exact. It's a song called "I Saw a Stranger with Your Hair." I saw a stranger with your hair, tried to make her give it back, so I could send it off to you, maybe Federal Express, 'cause I know you'd miss it. I saw another with your eyes, the flash just turned my head. I went to try them on for size, but they looked the other way, and they wouldn't listen. But you're never hard to find in a crowd. The people around you smiling out loud, their feet don't touch the ground. Their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. I heard a stranger with your voice. It took me by surprise. Again, I found it wasn't you, just an angel in disguise, in for a visit. And by the way, how is my heart? I haven't seen it since you left. I'm almost sure it followed you. Could you sometime send it back? I'll buy the ticket. but you're never hard to find in a crowd. The people around you smiling out loud. Their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. No, their feet don't touch the ground. I saw a stranger with your hair. I saw another with your eyes. I heard an angel with your voice, yes. And by the way, how is my heart? By the way, how is my heart?
Just a reminder that you're listening to COVID Calls, and this is a special COVID Calls, part of our Restoring Memory series as we're moving towards the launch of our digital archive tomorrow. And I have John Gorka here today. Thanks for those songs, John.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks a lot. I'm glad my headphones started to fall off in there, but they stayed on and there wasn't a big clunk. So that's happened.
It's just percussion. Everything in the room is part of it.
Yeah, as long as it came on the beat, if it came on the downbeat, I would be all right.
Exactly. I usually ask guests, John, if they wouldn't mind telling us where they're calling from and what the pandemic looks like there.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you?
I don't mind. I am from New Jersey, and I grew up there, and I moved to Pennsylvania to go to school, and I stuck around Bethlehem, Pennsylvania because of Godfrey Daniels for almost 20 years, and then the last bunch I've been living in Minnesota, so that's where I am now, and I've been here since I think I moved here in '96, January '96. So I've been here since then. I always say that I moved here because I couldn't take the Pennsylvania winters anymore.
You're right, for the famous mild Minnesota climate.
Yeah, right.
That song "I'm from New Jersey" has always been a special one for me because I am from Texas.
I know.
Yeah, and I've been in audiences where you sing that in Texas, and of course,
Yes.
people really like that line.
I know. That's funny. It's really funny to me how that song has gotten out there. Actually, it's gonna be in a movie. It was in a movie a long time ago, but it's gonna be there's gonna be a new version that's gonna be in a movie by Kevin Smith called Clerks 3, and I think that'll be played at the as the credits roll. So that's kind of a fun thing. I'm looking forward to seeing how that. I haven't seen the other two movies, so I'm glad it's going to be in a movie.
That's about the most intense Jersey experience you can imagine, watching a Kevin Smith film while listening to John Gorka playing "I'm from New Jersey." That'll be amazing. I wanted to ask you just a little bit about what it's been like
Sure.
for you performing and making music in this time.
Yeah, that for the longest time I was we kind of in a rural area northeast of St. Paul, Minnesota, and our internet options are not that great. So I didn't feel like I could do what some of my friends, musician friends, were doing, live streaming shows from home. But that since our internet was not that reliable, I didn't do that. So I started to make. I've got a kind of a home recording setup for mainly audio, but I started to learn about making what my wife called one-song concerts, a video of one song, and I put it out just about every Sunday morning for almost a year. I think there's over 50 of them there on John Gorka one-song concerts on YouTube. So if you wanted to see, but it was fun to do. Kind of, it gave me a little bit of structure, and I like the nerd part of the kind of the technical stuff. So I learned about cameras and lenses and some lighting. I've got some lighting here. Let me see. I can show you some of the other camera views here. This is okay. That's the kind of more the guitar shot, and this is the one you saw.
That's great.
And then there's this one that's more like close up. So
I need that set up, John. I got to figure out.
I
can talking.
Yeah, I can turn you on to the, and you can do a thing where, let's see if I can do that here, where it changes the changes view. Let's see, did I do it right? Yeah, it should. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Oh, nice fade too.
A little dissolve to the.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So anyway, you can do it. I'll turn that off. Okay.
People who know your concerts know that you participate with the audience a lot.
Right.
You're very funny, and it's not unknown for people to kind of yell song titles at you, and then you sort of kind of Roman forum like you're kind of like yes or no,
Right.
So how has that been not being on
that's
on the
very
road?
very different, because it's, you don't know how you're coming across, and I have I'm not the most I'm not a natural performer. It's I was drawn to it rather than being ever comfortable doing it. So when there is no kind of reaction, or if it's muted or if it's delayed or something, it's like, so I'm kind of the victim of the voices in my head that are all the things that went wrong as I was playing a song, and so that's been a little strange. And that's also now that it was started to do the live shows, I've mainly been doing group shows with three other songwriters, or three or four other songwriters, and the way it is now, the audience goes away. I don't meet the people afterwards to find out how what they thought of the show. So I'm kind of left with the voices in my head. So that I've had to learn to kind of deal with that.
It's interesting. I've talked to guests who, been trying to figure out like what's going on with Americans, like why are they misbehaving on planes and getting in so many car wrecks and being so just cruel to each other. I think we're having to relearn how to be with each other.
It's true. Yeah, it's a it's a shock to me, and I guess that hasn't been easy on anybody, but that one thing that as a singer-songwriter, we were out traveling doing a show with these other singer-songwriters, and that ended. We were on our way to a show and that got canceled, and then everything for the next couple of years got canceled. So we're just starting to do the shows that were scheduled for March of 2020.
It's a long pause.
Yeah. So it's a very strange time, but it hasn't been easy on anybody, and fortunately, I like being home. It's probably been easier on me than it has been on my wife. than my wife has probably had a rougher time just because I've been around so much.
Well, can we hear some more music?
Absolutely. See what maybe I'll play. I'll play the title song of that first one, that the I Know song. The record was called I Know, so I'll play the record, the song. And I did grow up in New Jersey, and I stuck around because of Godfrey Daniels' Coffee House, and I started to help out. I started going to the open mics while I was still in school, and I even started to host the open mics while I was still in school. And I started becoming kind of a regular volunteer there, and helped out as on the front counter and as a usher and sound man and MC, and eventually a kind of opening act. And it seemed like when I started to write songs about the neighborhood around Godfrey Daniels, that's when people started to take some notice of the song. So this is one of those neighborhood songs. It's called I Know. I know where the cops hang out when I come home late at night, so then I know when to cruise or take it light. I know. And I know when the radio's wrong and when the weatherman is jive. I've seen the news, still it's good to be alive. I know. I know that the church bells ring on the Sundays in this town, and to know enough to come indoors when the rain is pouring down, and to know if you left me here, I would be a poorer man. This world with you is a place I understand. I know. And I know if I had my way, I would never end this ride. These hills will do if you need a place to hide. I know. Well, I know. That's I know. Let's see. Maybe I'll do a song that's the title song of the most recent CD of mine that came out in 2018. It's called True in Time. What is true in time? What is true in time? Does it really change with every season? Or is it always fixed and bound to reason? What is true in time? What is true in time? And the words I used to think were mine come back to me in another's lines. Yesterday comes back in rhyme. Yesterday comes back in rhyme. Yes, I look around and often find the past is either here or close behind. I look ahead and I could swear there was a path, now nothing's there. This crumpled map's too hard to read. Seems that time just picks up speed. It seems that time just picks up speed. If we find love in time, there's room for yours and mine. If what is true can change with every minute, then how can we believe or have faith in it? If I can sing long enough and make each song a song of love, then maybe every song comes true, true in time, true in time. chewing time. Let's see what shall I do here. How about this one? I think somebody on Twitter asked for this song. It's a song about what might happen if one of the flying red horses from the mobile station, what might happen if one should escape. And I worry about these things, and sometimes my fears turn into songs. And this is a song called "The Flying Red Horse." Flying red horse from the gasoline wars took off from her station in the sun. Turning her back on the pack at the pump, she jumped down from the sign to run. Full-serve attendants were spilling their hoses. Self-serve was doing the same. The manager dialed the emergency numbers. Insurance man won't make the claim. The sight of a horse crossing highways is frightening, but not with the breed that can fly. She's risen up to the level of oak trees, too low for the radar man's eye. I am not much of a joiner, she says. That's not where I draw my strength. Some of them go for the depth of field, while most of them go for the length. Me, I will go for the hard combination, 'cause I have some need to belong. But I'm leaving this unkind of sign life behind me. I'll take what is mine and be gone. If you see something red flash across the horizon, it's not that your eyes aren't right. She's taking her place with the red-tailed hawks and the broad-winged birds in flight. The flying red horse from Ruby Road North took off from her station to the south. And I swear to you that this story is true. I heard it right from her mouth. They will try to name you, tame you and frame you, aim you where you don't belong. They know where you've been, but not where you're going, and that is the source of the songs. Flying red horse.
I'm going to clap just because I'm from the 20th century, and I don't.
That's nice. That's
we can
nice.
be
Well,
on StreamYard. I need to.
It's never hard to hear. So,
So
thank you.
Just a reminder that you're listening to COVID Calls, and that was John Gorka playing the Flying Red Horse live for us here today as part of this special 2 days of COVID Calls episodes, Restoring Memory. And John, your work, as I said in the opener, I think I'm not alone in this. Because of the empathy that's in it, it just really it helps. It's helpful to a lot of us. It helps us cope with difficult things.
Well, I'm
And
glad. Well, thank you. I'm glad that music for me, I think, was as being kind of a shy, socially awkward person. I think the music was the friend when there was no people there. So I think, and that the need to connect with people through music has never is still with me, because I've never been satisfied with the way I express myself speaking, or on stage I'm a little bit better than I am off stage, and music is better than always better than the talking.
wait till you hang out with a bunch of historians. We just write books for each other. Have you read my book? That's a common conversation
Uh-huh.
starter. I'll get back to you.
No, I was a history and philosophy major, had a double major, and I went to Moravian College in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I usually just mention having being a philosophy major, because that's a little funnier than than being a history
Yeah,
major. I mean, a history major is more I think more accepted.
maybe so. I was a philosophy major too.
Is that right? Oh,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
it is. Um,
That's funny.
but I wanted to ask you, I've been asking artists and guests this question about how they see their work now through this time we were talking about before, this 2 years of pause for you where you didn't have an audience in person,
Yeah,
or how do you
I
see
think.
those songs? I mean, songs like, well, any songs, but I think of songs like the one you just played or Temporary Road, songs that are like really coping with hard things.
Yeah, I think that's what music was for me. It was my way of kind of understanding my life, and trying to work through the hard parts, and by it's kind of objective, getting the putting it into the song. I was able to get it outside myself and maybe understand it a little bit better. But it's I think I've having my living kind of go away overnight, and a lot of other people's as well. It was, I guess, just I remember after thinking that after Katrina, that civilization was a thin veneer, and the pandemic just kind of reinforced the kind of the fragile nature of things. And I think I'm grateful, that I have a roof over my head, and I didn't have to go too much in debt, to get through this. And now there's things that are picking up now, but it's pretty uncertain, And but I'm thankful for the chance to have done this for so many years, and I hope to continue. But it's life is fragile, uh, and it passes quickly.
Let me just remind folks real quickly that you're listening to COVID Calls, and I'm talking to singer-songwriter John Gorka today. We have a few minutes left, John. I don't.
Okay.
Is it okay to? Do you have time
Oh
to play
yeah,
another song for us?
yeah. Can I play a couple more? If that's
Uh,
okay.
I
Okay.
would love that.
Okay. Great. Well, I'll play you this one. Well, maybe somebody had asked for this one. Let's see if I can. It's a song called "Good Noise," and it came out of I got a chance to have breakfast with Pop Staples of the Staples Singers at a festival in London, England, and I have a long story about that, but it's one of my favorite things ever that happened. I got a chance to meet him, and he said, well, at the end of our, I was asking him about all the people he met and knew, because he came from the Mississippi Delta area. He knew some of the original folk blues people. He met Charlie Patton. And he was from the same area as Howlin' Wolf. And when he lived in Chicago, he was close family friends with Mahalia Jackson, the great gospel singer. He played at JFK's White House. And when I thought, I was asking him about, I was interested in all the people what he had done. And at the end, he asked me, he said, "You're a songwriter, right?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah." And he said, "Well, if you ever have any contemporary gospel songs, send them to me. I'll give you a good deal." And I thought, wow, I'd love to have something that he would record. So I had this song that just had just the chorus, and it was my idea of what a gospel feel was. And I finished the song, I recorded it, and I sent it to him. And I was home in Bethlehem when I was hardly ever home. And the phone rang, and the answering machine picked up, and the voice says, "Hello, this is Pop Staples." And I rushed over the phone. I couldn't believe it. I go, "Pops, Pops, Pops." And he said, "Oh." He said, "Oh, screening your calls, huh?" I said, "Yeah, I guess so." And he wanted to tell me thanks for sending the music. And I could hear this song playing in the background over the phone. It's one of my favorite moments ever. See, I was interested in all the places that he'd been and all the people he had met, but he was looking forward. He was looking towards his next project. He was looking to the future. I was looking at his past. And so this is the song that came out of it. And he never did record any of my songs, but his next CD did win a Grammy. This is a song called "Good Noise," and this I got to tell that story to his daughter Mavis. Anyway, this is "Good Noise." Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you doing here. Now we all got the hand for the gimme, we all got the mouth for the much obliged. But when it comes down to giving back, we give the eye to the other guy. Oh, it seems that so much trouble is simply caused by the angry word. Although silence can be a virtue, I say it's a good noise that's preferred. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. You may have every right and reason to be down in the dumps today, but aren't you just adding to the problem? If you've got nothing good to say, I have a question for the mighty all across this mighty land. Well, tell me, how can you ever take a breath of hope talking down your fellow man? Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you doing here. Tell me the truth, what are you living for? Tell me why are you near? 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. 'Cause if you cannot make yourself a good noise, tell me what you're doing here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good noise. I wanted to, if I can, play this one more song. It's a song, the pandemic's been hard on everybody, but some people were having trouble even before this thing hit. And to them, this is the song for them. If you're having a rough time, you're not alone. You're not alone. I think having a rough time in times like this is kind of the normal, exactly right way to feel. It's a song called "Hold On." This is not on any of my records, but it is on one of those one-song concerts on the YouTube. trouble makes you stronger, some trouble knocks you dead. Hidden, tomorrow it is hidden. So much comes unbidden and makes it hard to plan ahead. Oh, to be normal and formal again. No heat of the breath or the skin. Cold one, the winter was a cold one. And if you are an old one, it could serve to make you mean. With bird songs, I tend to get the words wrong. I begin and end strong, hum and mumble in between. Oh, to be normal and formal again. No heat of the breath or the skin. So hold on a little longer. Some trouble makes you stronger, some trouble knocks you dead. So stay strong, strong most of the day long. Stay until the night's gone, stay till you can dream again.
You've been listening to COVID Calls, and you can catch COVID Calls live on Twitter, following at US of Disaster, or on the COVID Calls YouTube channel. Stick with us. We have more episodes coming up here at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We have an episode, The Terrible Springtime Plus Plague Poems, with Maggie Jones and Zachary Loeb. I want to thank my guest today, John Gorka, for this amazing hour to spend this time with you and hear these songs. John, it's really meant a lot.
Oh, that's really great. It's great. Thank you for having me on your podcast. And I don't know if the people know that you're in South Korea and I'm in Minnesota, so that's really pretty amazing.
Intercontinental communication, what we've gotten used to in these times.
Really amazing.
Wishing you health and creativity and great audiences as you come into this year, John. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just wanted to let you know that our boy who's going to be coming home from spring break, he's a graduate student at the University of Madison. His middle name is Gabriel as well. So
that's good. My son's name is Gabriel too. And my grandfather's name was Gabriel.
Oh, all right.
Stay healthy, everyone. We'll see you next time on COVID Calls.
All right. Bye-bye.